Hi, Mike Mendocino, Monte's Golf. Hopefully I'm going to be your teacher. A little bit about me and how I teach. I'm 61 years old. Been playing the game since I can walk, 3-4 years old. When I was born, my father was on the tour. His name was Sal Monte. And although he didn't enjoy much success on the PGA Tour, he did leave the tour in '67 and acquired a game that was more suited for match play and money games. He spent his years in the late '60s, early '70s hustling matches in the famed Miami Beach area, where you could find at any given time players such as Evel Knievel, Bobby Riggs, Martin Stanovich, known as the Fat Man, Joe Izard. And what I acquired by growing up in such surroundings was a competitiveness, but more so, I was fortunate to also be under the wings of the great Wild Bill Melhorn, who was a star in the 20s and 30s and taught the likes of Dave Saharis, Sam Bird, and many other great players. He was known for teaching the laws of physics and naturalness in the way we swing a club, and that we do so many other actions. My father became the head director of golf at the Fontainebleau in Miami, and growing up at the Fontainebleau with two 18-hole golf courses, a grass facility much like this one, and having Bill Melhorn available to me every day until he passed away in 1989. I was 25 years old, but by that time I was given things that I took for granted at the time, but it was quite an edge over my fellow competitors. Mr. Melhorn and my dad were felt very strongly about certain fundamentals that weren't up for negotiation, such as the grip, which is the Varden grip. By the way, Mr. Melhorn was groomed by Harry Varden. So you have Harry Varden, Wild Bill Melhorn, Dad, and myself. There's not 1,000 people between you and Varden. There's only 2 or 3. But the Varden grip was based on being in the fingers, and it's an overlapping grip. And those of you that are interlocking, the reason I'm against that, and the laws of physics are against that, is it creates tension. Now, there is tension in the game with a lot of players that have enjoyed success, but those are the players that, from tee to green, aren't as accurate as the players that have all muscles and joints at ease. Meaning, our arms should be hanging, much like wet towels. When we grip it in the fingers and our arms are hanging free of tension, they now are relying on a revolving body, and that revolving body is the same revolving body that moves a baseball bat, a spear, a tennis racket, a punch, a shot put. You name the athletic action involving throwing or hitting something, and I'll show you a core that's initiating and delivering. But the only way our arms can benefit from that movement is if they're at ease. If they're filled with preset tension, we have to manufacture their movements and mentally command all these angles that you hear about. Now, I'm not a big fan of the new lingos. Trail arm, trail leg, lead leg, shallow. It seems every couple of years there's a new catchphrase for the lesson tee that folks at home that are trying to improve their game are buying into. I just want you to know that you have 2 arms, whether you're a lefty or a righty, and they both are swinging up in front of you, down and up in front of you as a result of a revolving action. As they swing, beautiful things can occur if the grip is correct. So what I do, whether you're a beginner or a hardcore money playing professional, is I'm going to check out your fundamentals. I'm going to check your posture, which should be a very natural athletic stance. We put our butt out, we unlock our legs, we let our arms hang. Whatever club we're holding, this is where our arms hang. The ball's getting further away because the shaft's getting longer. And again, as we pivot, if we're holding it correctly, we're going to achieve a swing, not a preset the hands, not a take it to parallel. How far the club goes back is going to be dependent on how much we pivot. Our pivot is going to be relying on very good posture. I've never had great posture. I'm always a little slumped over, and as a result, I've developed a very short backswing. But no matter if you have a short backswing, a medium backswing, or a big backswing, as long as your pivot created it, and as long as you're holding it correctly, that club, when it does hinge, it's going to hinge on the exact plane angle it started on. What is the plane angle? It's very simple. Whatever shaft you're holding, if I stop you halfway back, that club's going to be on a similar plane. Because we're in the fingers and not squeezing, and we have this beautiful V right in the middle, same as Hogan had and every other great champion, as it hinges and we unwind, there's going to be a lag. Somehow, some way, the golfing teaching public has called that a wrist cock. I don't think the wrist has anything to do with it. My left wrist is flat in the address because I'm not squeezing. My left wrist is flat here. My left wrist is flat here, here, and here. I didn't do anything with my wrist. What happened is, because I'm not squeezing the club, when I wind and unwind, a lag occurs. And that lag is going to get slightly flatter. You want to call it shallow? Go ahead. But it's getting slightly flatter. And when it's not doing that and it's going this way, you don't tell somebody, hey, you're a little steep, you have to get shallow. That's not the way it works. The way it works is, for that particular student, find out why they're steep, why they're invited to go that way, as opposed to falling with gravity, and fix that cause. And the cause can be many things. It could be because somebody told you to keep your head down and you're dipping. We're going to pause and let this tractor go by. Anyway, I digress. The reason for this video is to talk a little bit about how I teach. The way I teach is very simple. I take your body type, your athletic ability, and I apply some basic fundamentals and the laws of physics to your action. I don't tell you to swing my way. I don't have a way. I don't believe in these theories that come out every couple of years. Back in the 70s, you had a guy named Bob Toski talking about leg drive and finishing with your foot buckled. Why? Because somebody saw some pictures of a leading money winner at the time finishing with his left foot buckled. There was another guy talking about presetting the hands. He poisoned a lot of great players. There was another guy dead set on taking the club to parallel. Well, if the club makes it up to this area to parallel, it doesn't mean you're going to hit a great shot. There was just a lot of nonsense. I'd love to go talk to the person who started the rumor of keeping your arm straight and presetting it straight and trying to manufacture its tension of being straight. In reality, you're going to find that if your arms are at ease and they're hanging, something called centrifugal force will create the long arm that occurs during the swing. But if you preset it straight, it's not going to be revolving and folding as it naturally should. You're going to either be flipping or blocking your shots. And when you are blocking and flipping your shots, a plumber can tell you, hey, you're blocking it. Don't do that. Do this. Turn your arms over. This is all the nonsense that is circulating all over the world, and all these P1s and 2s and 3s. Not familiar with the technology they're using, but I can tell you this, it's not a game of positions and levers and hinges and mentally directed things. It's a swing. It's a swing, and it takes place really fast like that, and you don't want to be mentally conscious of positions. Someone asked me the other day, hey, Mike, you're known for being a very accurate ball striker. You don't miss many fairways, you hit a lot of greens. What are you thinking about as you approach impact? Hopefully nothing. Couldn't tell you what's on my mind. I'm in a habit since I'm a kid as knowing that I have proper grip. I'm lining up my shot. I'm walking in. I'm conscious of my alignment, my posture, my ball position, but my mind is on visualizing the flight of the golf ball and reacting to that. So I'll walk in, I'll picture it, and I'll go. Again, half a backswing. Let's say I pulled that shot just a little bit to the left. I understand cause and effect. What I'm going to feel like I'm doing on the next shot is finishing a little higher. Waggle it, picture it, and go. And then we get the straight shot. But it's a game of feel. It's not a game of mental direction. I want it to be that you understand cause and effect, where you could feel impact, look at ball flight, and have a good indication of what took place, what caused it, and then know what to do to fix it. What not to do to fix anything in your golf game is think about it. Or think about, hey, I'm doing this, I want to do that. Find out what you're doing wrong. Identify the cause, and then do a drill that'll get it out of your body and put the right one in without you thinking or being mentally aware of it. So let's say you're that guy. Let's say you've been accused of being a flipper. Well, I'd like to know the cause. I never tell somebody, hey, you're flipping, don't do that. Do this, swing left, swing this way. No, what's causing this flip? Most of the time, this body and this club is moving, and all of a sudden, for the sake of impact, doesn't happen in your practice swing, your body's pausing, there's momentum, and that happens. We've got to keep this core moving and unwinding through the impact area. It can't do that if it's moving laterally. It can't do that if your left leg is buckling. But it can do that if you think about tossing a ball underhand. You wouldn't toss it like this. You keep your body moving. You keep your body moving in a tennis shot. You keep your body moving playing hockey. This left side has to get out of the way just like on an uppercut. If the left side of your body, you want to call it the lead side, I don't care. But if the left side is getting out of your way, there's a good chance of centrifugal outer pull going on, natural pronation without thinking, and this club's going to feel like it's pulling you out of your sockets, and the swing is over. But that's what I mean when I talk about fundamentals. Fundamental revolving action, present in every athletic action, has to be going on. If this is going on, this can swing back, this can swing through without interruption. If you're stiff at the bottom, and you're holding on to it, and you're blocking it, and you're slicing it, we're going to find out why. But this arm has to be free to revolve and fold. If you want to know what it feels like, you do one of Mr. Melhorn's drills called the circle drill. You just go around and around and feel what the arms want to do. They don't want to do this. They want to fall and rotate and fold. They want to, if you let them. Again, I digress. Mike, how do you teach? It's quite simple. Your body, your tempo, how you walk, your athletic ability, proper grip, proper posture, proper ball position. Learn to move the arms as a result of pivoting. That means with balance, not this. You learn to pivot, we're going to have a backswing. How far back it goes depends on the size of your pivot, as I said before. What starts the downswing? Club runs out of energy, it falls. And although it was a Melhorn drill, letting your arms fall into your belly while you stay turned is a great way to feel the arm's independence on these ball sockets. You're not going over the top unless you're filled with tension and anxiety and too much muscular effort. You get the idea of gravity. As you swing up and she falls, you're unwinding, and there's no effort in the golf swing. So we can talk for hours about the golf swing, and I hope to do that with some of you. But again, this is an introduction as to who I am and how I teach. I've been competing since junior golf, high school golf, college golf. As a young professional, I toured the Caribbean and played all the mini tours you can think of. I went to tour school 3 times, didn't make it. There's something about keeping it together for 4 days and shooting in the 60s for 4 days that didn't work out too well. Had many great rounds and came very close on Monday qualifiers, but you're not here to hear about how I used to play. You're here to hear about how I teach. And you're going to be happy to know that when I'm done with you, and I have many testimonies to tell you that, you're going to have an ability to identify cause and effect and help yourself and not need me. You're not going to be lost. You're not going to be on the golf course and hit a duck hook and wonder what the heck happened. You're simply going to say, hey, what do I do to hit a duck hook on accident? Well, I pivot and I throw the club head at the ball and freeze my body, and I get a duck hook. You're hitting a slice, you might ask, hey Mike, what do you do to hit a slice on purpose? Well, I do what you're doing on accident. I hold on to it tight, not at ease. I'm a little firmer than I want to be, and that interferes with the club releasing, and I move across it, and I hit a slice. It's not a hard game. We're making it hard by listening to the thousands of opinions that are circulating about how to move this thing. And how to move this thing is no different than how to swing an axe or hit a baseball. It's not a new move. Anyway, given me the opportunity, I'm sure you're going to be satisfied with the help I give you. All I need you to do is one little thing. On me, send me a video, head on and sideways of you hitting a ball, and within 24 hours, I'll either give you a call or I'll send it back to you with a voiceover of what I think's going on, the cause of it, and what we need to do to fix it. And if you like that information and you want to move forward, I have monthly packages, weekly packages, yearly packages. I even invite some of you to the Tampa area to come work with me face to face. Anyway, nice to meet you all. Mike Mendricina, MONTE'S Golf.